Okay, good evening everybody. We are live in Midtown Manhattan near the Moynihan train station. And today we're going to be walking around for about 1 hour. But we're going to be talking about Elon Musk's Boring Company. There was some breaking news out of Elon Musk's company that they're proposing to Miami that they want to build an underground tunnel to alleviate some of the traffic. And that particular tunnel is supposedly supposed to go in right in North Miami Beach. So if you type !Musk, M-U-S-K in the chat, the Nightbot will drop the link to the Business Insider article where it details and outlines the exact building proposals from Elon Musk's Boring Company to potentially build very, very efficient transportation tunnels under the city of Miami. So we'll see who we have in here. We see Wolf Theta. What's up, Wolf Theta? Jonathan Richards is here. Sally is here. Good afternoon, everybody. Roy S. says, hey, Tom, wishing you well tonight. The one and only Vinny Castellano from Staten Island. Hope you're well, Vinny. Says, hey, Tom, how are you doing this evening? I'm doing really good. It was a very productive day. Busy day, but productive. Kevin says, let's go. What's up, Kevin? Good evening, everybody. Very busy night in the city. Carol is here. What's up, Carol? I see Kevin. I see Hemp Lord says, what's up, Tom? Jonathan France. Lewis says, hi, Tom. Lady O, the one and only, says, good evening, everybody, and Tom. Lori E says, hey, Tom. Yeah, Jonathan France's 10-year treasury slipped to 1.85% today. Yeah, the markets finished markedly lower today. Good to see you, Jonathan France. And I see Ken Kramer. What's up, Ken? Welcome, everybody. So we are standing on the corner of 8th Avenue, 33rd Street, outside the Madison Square Garden. Kevin says, keep it up, Tom. Good to see you, Kevin. Thank you for joining tonight. It's a little bit colder than normal on the stream tonight. Christopher says, hey, Tom. So, Christopher, I see Sally. Lori E says, Lewis, a Walks on Wall Street, Tom. Happy to hear from you. Happy to hear from you as well. Sheila Neal says, hello, Tom, and good evening, everybody. What's up, Wayne Cast? Says, hello, Tom. How are you tonight? I'm doing really good. Roya says, hey, everybody in the chat, wishing you well. Likewise. Beautiful night in New York. Cold night in New York, but beautiful nonetheless. Yeah, Lady O says, Tom, it's very windy tonight. So that's a good point. I was thinking about going to the Hudson Yards tonight, but over there it's crazy. It's way, way too windy near the Hudson Yards. So I think we're gonna head uptown, maybe to Columbus Circle. Check out this Tesla taxi here in the blue. Hey, I see Dutchman says, Tom, good evening. What's up, Dutchman? Yeah, I saw that as well. So the Empire State Building's not lit up in any sort of crazy color scheme tonight, but it still looks great. Hey, the one and only Super Friends in the City is here. What's up, Fernando? Hope you had a good day. Are you working tonight, Fernando, or what? Or do you have off? Hey, Samantha says, hi, Tom. Is it cold tonight? It is. It is cold tonight. We were kind of getting spoiled on the streams the past 2 nights. It was well above average temperatures, but now it's starting to drop a little bit, and I think that's why it's so windy tonight. Hey, Samantha, thank you so much for the support. I really, really appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. Dutchman. Mike Bell says, futures down. Nuclear plant fire in Ukraine. Is there a plant fire there? Good to see Mike Bell. Hey, NMB045 says, hey, Tom, hope you had a great day. All RT news stations are down and were laid off. Yeah, I saw that. It was a crazy wild day today in the market. A lot of stuff happening, a lot of moving parts. But to NNB045's point, the Russian-sponsored state media company RT laid off all their employees and closed up shop. Hey, Craft T Escape is here, says bundle up, Tom. So I'm bundled up the best I can, for sure. So if you guys hear any wind noise in the microphone tonight, I do apologize, but it's going to be one crazy windy night tonight. Hey, community, Canners is here. This is wild day, really wild day. Cypress Hill says greetings from Poland for all. Hey, Cypress Hill. Good to see you and thank you for joining from Poland. I hope you are keeping well. Wow, you're about to take off. So Humane says you're about to take off from Denver to Alaska. That's going to be awesome. Well, I hope you have a safe trip. Joey is here. What's up, Joey? Welcome. The one and only Penelope is joining us from Tennessee. Penelope, I hope you had a great Thursday. Lewis, good evening, everybody. Penelope's like I'm multitasking, watching the stream and cleaning the kitchen. There we go. I would help, but a little bit too far away. Iowa Oaks is, what is going on? How are you? Humane, it's good to see you. So I think we're going to venture a little bit more further in to Midtown because the wind is really picking up here. But one of my really good buddies sent me an article from Business Insider about Elon Musk's new company, the Boring Company. Supposedly, they just submitted documentation to the city of Miami as well as the city of North Miami Beach in hopes that they can alleviate some of the traffic stress there by building underground tunnels. So I wanted to share that article with you. I think it's so intriguing. So if you type !Musk, M-U-S-K, the Nightbot will drop that Business Insider article. And I believe the Boring Company actually has a very efficient, well-working tunnel already in Las Vegas. So I guess we'll see how that works out. I think it's a great idea, but I mean, my only concern, and I know nothing about, I'm not an expert at all, but it's all like limestone and sand in southern Florida. So I'm not sure how they would be able to build underground tunnels and all that. But what do you guys think about that? What do you think? What do you guys think about that idea? I like it. I want to know your thoughts. Hey, Charlie Richardson is here. Hey, Charlie, what's up? DM King says, hey man, how are you? I'm doing really good. Today was a good day. I got a lot of work done. Very accomplished day. Lewis says, I saw it on your Twitter account, Tom, but does it relate with the Hyperloop project? I don't think so. I was asking one of my contacts, Ross, about it, and supposedly there's a fully functioning tunnel from the Boring Company already in Las Vegas, which I didn't know about. But supposedly they want to do the same thing in Miami, which I think would be a great idea, because I'm not sure if anybody's ever been in the chat has ever been in Miami. The traffic is out of this world. Crazy traffic. It's a great city, beautiful city, but the traffic is almost as bad as... Hey Michael, how are you? Good to see you. John says hello. Hey, Photos from around New York says the tunnel boring machines have the capacity to build concrete tunnel walls as it builds. Ah, that's a good idea. Interesting. Photos from around New York. Yeah, it just kind of freaks me out every time I hear about like a lot of the big building in Miami, because it's very similar to what's going on in San Francisco right now, where in San Francisco is into the ground. I see Sarah G. Good to see you, Sarah. Samantha is here. Roy S. Wolf Thetis has never been. Sarah G says hello. Tom walks on Wall Street. Carter, what's up? Michael, how are you? Jay is here. What's up, Jay? Hey, Smee Media says, well, they started putting power cables underground, so I guess it makes sense to try to put traffic underground. Yeah, so Smee Media, you make a fantastic point. And I think a couple streams ago, we were actually covering one of the main reasons why the United States power grid is so unreliable. And one of the main reasons is you know, the vast majority of our infrastructure was built right after World War II. And if you look at a lot of countries that were developed way after the United States, a lot of their power infrastructure is built underground. But in the US, we have a lot of, you know, power lines above ground. So whenever there's a hurricane or tornado or something like that, you know, that knocks us out. So I think the idea of building underground is better. Hey, Brian is here. This is How Are You, Tom and chat. What's up, Brian? We have the one and only Swan from Ireland. What's up, Swan? Lily Ray says hello, everybody. What's up? Poon Adam says, how are you? Good to see you, Poon Adam. Kenny says, hey, Tom, happy to be here. I'm happy you're here as well. Cypress Hill says, I'm afraid that Russia will attack Poland. I think we may be back. Melee is here. Good to see you. Lewis is buffering. I don't see movement. Brian says, bad connection. I think we may be back now. What about now? Is it good? Let me know in the chat if the connection is back. We're back? Copy that. Yeah, photos from around New York. It's very weird. Okay, what about now? I think they may be doing maintenance on the network. I think we may be good. Are we good, everybody? Let's see. Well, I know for sure a lot of the major cellular companies are doing extreme upgrades and revamps to the wireless network. So, for example, right now, T-Mobile, after they did the merger with Sprint, they're taking down their entire CDMA network. So they're going to turn down 3G entirely. So they're switching a lot of spectrum bands around and switching up the radio frequencies. So I think over the next couple months, we're going to have buffering everywhere across the country. Good to see you. Hey, Out and About is here. What's up, Out and About? Mrs. G. Mrs. G just became a member. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for being very supportive of me. Appreciate it. Jay is here. Good to see you. Sinjib says, hey, Tom, how are you? I am from Montreal, Quebec. Love Quebec. Sarah G, appreciate you too. Appreciate you too, my friend. Hey, Emily Rosales. Says, good evening, Tom. I subscribed to your newsletter. Emily, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing to the newsletter. That's an awesome longboard right there. Yeah, so I think, because in my job, I do a lot of consulting with the major telecommunications companies in the United States. And this month and next month, they're going to be doing major network changes. So if you were a previous Sprint customer, you should be getting an email or a contact from a representative saying that you need to switch out or upgrade your phone, because I think it's anything before an iPhone 8 will have to be swapped out, because it doesn't have the appropriate radio bands. So like band 66, band 71. So I think if you have a device that does not have band 66 or 71 and you are a T-Mobile customer, I think you need to swap it out before March 31st, because they're shutting down a lot of the network to prepare for the 5G rollout. Hey, Carol's here. Good to see you, Carol. Says, hey, Tom, everybody. Good to see you, Carol. Hey, Cosmo Scary's here. What's up, Cosmo? Yeah, Tom AK says, nobody is buying Russian oil, even at reduced prices. Yeah, I was watching that on Bloomberg today. Russia's having a really hard time really hard times getting buyers for their oil. Wolf Theta says, so iPhone 12 Max is safe. You should be safe. You should be good. Dutchman, Mrs. G, Brian, welcome everybody. Colder night in New York. Somebody says cannabis is legal in New York. Now I seriously need to visit. Love from Scotland. Yeah, come on down. I think it'll probably get the approval for total. Hold on, I just want to make sure I cross the street safely. There's a lot of crazy drivers out as of late. I think it'll be legal on the federal level very soon. Hey, Jonathan France, good to see you. Welcome, everybody. So tonight we're going to walk up 6th Avenue all the way to Central Park South, 59th Street. And then we're going to cross over to Columbus Circle. Hey, Michelle Henry is here. Says, hey, everybody. What's up, Michelle? Chris Beeman is here. What's up, Chris? How are you, Sarah G? Good to see you. Jonathan France, what's up? Jared Covey says, Life Alert and other home monitoring systems will need upgrades out of 3G. Yeah, you were 100% right, and I'm dealing with a lot of that stuff, so it's a big nightmare. Because a lot of my customers, sort of as we were talking about yesterday, well, at my previous company, I sold a lot of software and tech into the healthcare space, mainly into home healthcare for remote patient monitoring solutions, and a lot of those devices or those modules run off the 3G network. So a lot of them have to be swapped out, and it's going to be near impossible because, as you know, there's a global semiconductor shortage right now, and we can't pull everything together to make the product. So it's definitely going to be a pain, to your point, Jared. Hey, Mike S is here. What's up, Mike? Animal DL says, hey, Tom, good evening. Good evening to you, too. We're here on West 38th Street and 6th Avenue, headed uptown. Hey, Dutchman says, Tom, love my Samsung S20 unlocked 5G. I'm running on the Verizon plan. So I'm running Verizon as well. I've noticed that from my testing, Verizon seems to be the best in New York as well as Miami. Anywhere that's very densely populated, I think Verizon works the best. Hey, Kevin says, hey, Tom, what's up, Kevin? Guys, already Thursday. This week has just been ripping by. May Lee says, yes, chip shortages. Yeah, we've been, especially with a lot of my customers that have custom built products. So a lot of my customers that are in the digital advertising space and they manufacture like specialized media tech modules, it's almost been really impossible, and prices have gone up like almost 70% on some of the chipsets. So the margin compression has been real, especially in the telecommunications industry. Smee Media says, do you know anything about Google Fiber, Tom? So not too much, but I think that what I think we're gonna see, and what we are seeing, is companies like Google, also Charter Communications, Spectrum, Xfinity. Xfinity is also like another cable provider. I think we're gonna start seeing a big push out of these companies to be pure play wireless carriers as well. Because a lot of these big cable companies need to diversify their revenue streams because nobody's really buying traditional cable anymore. And if you have the infrastructure, it's pretty easy to turn on a wireless network. So I think Charter Communications is doing a big push into wireless family plans. as well as Xfinity. But Xfinity is really a big player in Florida. And Spectrum here too. So I believe if you have Spectrum home internet, I believe you could actually have your home phone service, or excuse me, cellular service with them as well. Hey, Judy D is here, good to see you. Michelle Henry, how are you? Chris Beeman, hope you had a good day at work. Two Wheel Freedoms is what's your take on the DOJ looking to take action on Wall Street abuse? Well, I think that's, well, let me cross. I always make sure I look both ways now, even when it's a red light, because today alone, I saw two people blow red lights. But my thoughts on that is that's always been going on. That's always like a media head story. And then they'll just, fine the investment banks a couple $100 million, and then you won't hear about it again. Because, I'll give you an example, and we were talking about this a couple months ago on the stream. If you want to Google and do some research yourself about the fixing of the metals market. So BNP Paribas is a big culprit of this. JP Morgan. A lot of their traders are constantly fined for manipulating the metals market. And what they do, allegedly, which allegedly I have to say, they manipulate the metals market and different commodities to make a ton of money. And then, they'll just get fined from the regulators like $100 million bucks, but they made $500 million doing it. So it's just the cost of doing business. So you'll see those things all the time. Like it'll be a headline in the Wall Street Journal, commodities trader at BNP Paribas, which is a French investment bank. But JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, I think, are the top two for manipulating those markets. You were at Salesforce Tower, Mark Benioff's company. Hey, Ken Glass is here. Good evening, Ken. It's a nice night in New York, but it is cold, everybody. NPC 007 says Putin might cut the ocean internet cables if nobody buys his oil. I hope not. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how the world gets its internet, right? The world is connected via the internet, or to the internet, through hundreds of thousands of miles of fiber optic cables that are actually installed under the ocean's surface. And a lot of the times, if there's an earthquake or something like that, a lot of those cables will get cut, and it takes sometimes weeks, if not months, to repair those cables. And right now, I think the companies who own the most of those underwater internet cables Man, the internet is... All right, I think we should be back now. It's back? Interesting. Yeah, I think the major cell carriers are readjusting their towers. Stevie C says this area is really nice at Christmas time. It is. I think they still have some of the Christmas stuff up. Lady O says we're back. Good to see you. Cosmo's scary. So it's not a cyber attack. I hope not. But speaking of cyber attacks, I think Elon Musk's set up his internet provider for free for the people of Ukraine to use, which is great. Carmen says, love this place. Good evening, Tom. What's up, Carmen? We are right outside of the State University of New York College of Optometry, so the eye doctor school. Fresh Start says, hey, Tom, what's going on? Hope everybody's well. Melee says, yes, from space. Yeah, that's going to be the most reliable internet service in history. Elon Musk's Starlink. So this is the Bank of America Tower, and I think the top is lit up in support of Ukraine. So which nuclear power plant is under attack in, man, it just seems like the news keeps getting worse and worse every day over there. So now we are passing the New York Public Library, or the Stephen Schwarzman building. Stephen Schwarzman is a big titan on Wall Street that made most of his money during with leverage buyout deals during the corporate raider days. There's a lot of interesting documentaries about Stephen Schwarzman for free online you can check out. Would highly, highly recommend it. Hey, Danielle says, thank you for another enjoyable live stream, Tom. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Here, I'll show you guys a view. You can see the Chrysler building in the distance, as well as the brand new One Vanderbilt building. Hey, Jamie Price is here. What's up, Jamie? Melee says, praying for Ukraine and Kyiv and donate to their charities. Agreed. Two Wheel Pines has been so late. I've been so busy, I unfortunately have missed a couple of the streams. We're live now, at least. Happy to make it on. Yeah, happy to have you here, Two Wheel Pines. Don't worry about it. I know everybody gets busy. So I appreciate you joining. But Two Wheel Pines, we were briefly talking about Elon Musk's new boring company. And there was breaking news today out of Business Insider that Elon Musk's new company sent a proposal to the city of Miami, as well as North Miami Beach, to build an underground tunnel to alleviate some of the traffic problems that they have in Miami. So I think that would be unbelievable if they actually did that. And supposedly it only take about 36 months to build to completion. And the project is estimated to cost $185 million. So that really means the project's gonna cost way more than that. Hey, Muhammad is here. Says, hey bro, I'm from Malaysia, saying hi. Welcome everybody from Malaysia. Fresh Start says, what's the topic? Elon Musk's boring company. Hey, Mona D, good to see you. Emilio J says, hey, Action Kid was hanging out at Cafe. Oh yeah, I saw that today. That's a great place. That's an awesome place over there. One of the best Cuban places is right there in Miami. Hey, Disney cast member is here. What's up, Disney? Welcome, welcome. Disney cast member is our fellow Long Islander. Good to see you. Cindy Foley says, we have an underground highway in Dallas. Very cool. A face in the crowd says, I don't know if you actually know what you're talking about, but I enjoy the content and delivery. Thank you so much. A face in the crowd. Appreciate you joining. Appreciate you being here. I'd say it's about 50-50. Half the days we're just blowing smoke, and half the days we try to know what we're talking about. Two Wheel Pines, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Appreciate it very, very much. As always, appreciate your streams and input, Tom. Thank you for catching up with me. With the stream and anything. This is for the Orange Juice Fund. Appreciate it, Two Wheel Pines. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Frank Alexander says, good evening from Orlando, Florida. Again, formerly from New York City. We miss home. Good seeing you. Well, Orlando, Florida is not too far away from New York. I believe it's about a 2.5-hour plane ride. So it's actually probably the best location. Well, I'd say Southern Florida and New York are probably my two favorite places. Terry P says, hello, Tom and everybody. Good to see you. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, fresh starts like, Tom, you could drive to Orlando. I don't think I'd ever drive. Driving is way, way more expensive than flying. You know, I could get a flight from JFK Airport to Miami International for $50. So now we're looking at the Chrysler building here. Hey, Miss Brown Eyes is here. Hello, Miss Brown Eyes. Says, how's the weather there? It's 58 degrees here. It's actually pretty freezing here, to be honest. It's probably about 30 degrees, 35. Hey, the Doghouse says, Tom, I highly recommend Patty's Italian Restaurant on 52nd Street. I'm gonna have to check that out. Let me see. Let me read that comment again. Oh yeah, on 57th Street. I'll check it out. Trevor says, what makes you love Southern Florida? 28-year Floridian resident. I think as of right now, especially if you are trying to do like a startup, I think the startup environment there is very business friendly, especially in like downtown Miami, Brickell. So like in my case, if you're trying to start a business and you don't want to raise money, so you don't want to raise money and give away equity, I think it's probably easier to do it there for now, just because any of the revenue or the cash flows of the business that come in, you can use to hire employees and things like that. Here, the tax burden tends to be really, really high. But obviously, I'd say New York and Miami are my two definitely favorite places. Also, you know, it's a pretty nice escape where, you know, you could spend $50 and sort of escape the New York City winter and go down to Southern Florida. And just know that in 2.5 hours, you could be back and forth. And also, there's a lot of New Yorkers in Southern Florida. A lot of people from New York constantly go back and forth. We're good to see you, Trevor. Hey, live on Miami Beach says you don't need to be in Brickell. Good to see you live on MiamiBeach.com. Hey, Christopher Finch, thank you so much for the $10 donation. I appreciate it. Crazy tonight. Somebody says, does Florida have a lot of sinkholes? Yeah, so that was something intriguing. So I was reading that Business Insider article today about how Elon Musk sent a proposal to the city of Miami and North Miami Beach about building an underground tunnel to alleviate some of the traffic. Now, I don't know anything about engineering and building tunnels, but I believe the vast majority of the bedrock is all limestone, which is very porous in Southern Florida. So I'm not sure how the tunnel would work, but look, if Elon Musk is way smarter than me, so look, if anything to alleviate the traffic, I'm for it. But Christopher Finch, thank you so much for the $10 donation. You're very, very, very kind. Disney cast member says you cannot do that in Florida. Yeah, so I was thinking the same thing, but then I'm like, wait, there's no way I'm smarter than Elon Musk and all his engineers that probably have PhDs. So I'm like, look, if he thinks it's gonna work, I'm on board. And for anybody who's ever been to Southern Florida, especially in Miami, when I went there, I was very surprised about how crazy the traffic was. So any creative, innovative idea to alleviate the traffic, I'm all for it. NPC 007. This is hyper tunnels are the future. Hey, Sophia A, good to see you. Live on Miami Beach says you can't even have basements in Florida. Yeah, that's a good point. So liveonmiamibeach.com makes a good point. A lot of the homes in Florida, southern Florida, are actually constructed of all concrete block. So the investment property that I bought down there, there's no basement, and it's all concrete block and slab construction. Out and about is here, says Tom. Elon Musk confirms that he lives in a $50,000 house in South Texas. I did hear about that. Two Wheel Pine says, Tom, how are you? Are you still loving the Florida life so far? Yeah, I think it's really good. What I want to do long term is I want to set up 3 cities as a home base to sort of travel around. Number 1, obviously, is New York, right? I'm from New York. I love it here.
New York City, baby.
Hey, thanks. Number 2 was Miami, Florida, mainly because there's a lot of New Yorkers there. And a lot of my friends who work in VC and PE, private equity, have moved down there. So I wanted to build a network out down there in southern Florida. And then I'm looking at Denver, Colorado. So I think Denver is a really up-and-coming city, a lot of interesting people, and a big hub for cybersecurity. One company we talk about all the time, which is Ping Identity, P-I-N-G Identity, which was actually taken public by Vista Equity Partners. They're based out of Denver. Hey, Fresh Start, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Very much appreciate you. It says, can we see the H&M building in One World Trade Center? We will, I promise. Thank you for the donation. Two Wheel Pines. Fresh Start, thank you for the donation. Two Wheel Pines says, Tom, that's a great plan. Two Wheel Pines says, I'm from Denver, Tom. Yeah, so I'm gonna start looking into it. I think Colorado is a great state. I think they're more progressive also on the medicinal marijuana as well. Lena Sandoval is here. Says, hey, Tom and everybody, good to see you. How are you, Lena? Hope everybody had a good Thursday so far. We're here outside of the Grand Central Terminal, Pershing Square. Vane Chung says, lovely New York City evening. Miguel Gonzalez says, hi, good to see you, Miguel. NPC 007 says, Florida was once an inland sea, thus the limestone. Alcoa says, please give a like. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you, Sarah G. So this is Pershing Square. Every time I come here, I think about Bill Ackman, who is the hedge fund manager at Pershing Square. And he's very famous for having his disputes with Carl Icahn, which is a very famous corporate raider on Wall Street. Hey, Jason's here. What's up, Jason? Good to see you. My best friend Sunshine New York is here. Says, hey, Tom, what's happening? Good to see you. XXX says, hey, everybody. What's up, XXX? Disney cast member says, first Florida acknowledged sinkhole was Winter Park. It swallowed a business and a BMW. Yeah, so it was interesting. So I was walking in the Upper West Side of Manhattan last year, and one of the brownstones, the entire front of the facade fell into a sinkhole. It was crazy. Lady O, good to see you. Sarah G says, a plan submitted to the city of North Miami Beach contemplates 7 entrances, 6.2 mile tunnel. It would cost $185 million to $220 million based on the current price. Yeah, it's I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see if it ever gets approved. I doubt it, but we'll see. I hope so. Hey, JK says, hey, Tom, good evening. What's up, JK? Good to see you. I see Henry says a massive tunnel was built in Miami for water drainage right under MacArthur Causeway just a few years ago. Really? I didn't know that. Gregory says Denver is good for run training. Yes. So Gregory, it's interesting you mentioned that. So I'm a big runner, right? I played soccer in college, so I'm a big runner, love running marathons. And due to the high elevation in Denver, very good for marathon training. So I think that's another reason why I may want to look into Denver, Colorado as well. But I think in a new world, right, especially, I was talking about this with some of my friends. I think in a new world where, let's say if you hold a position in tech, or you work at a tech company, or your job offers you the ability to work remote, I think all of these notions where you have to settle down in one zip code, I think that's really going to go out the window, to be honest. So I think you're going to see people, or a lot of cities, become more transient in nature, where some people will have investment properties in multiple cities, multiple zip codes, and travel around the country, which I think is a great thing, because I think that's going to spur a lot of new business activity. If more people are spending 3 months in New York City, 3 months in Miami, 3 months in LA, things like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how the world plays out. Hey, Sandra Nunez. Good to see you, Sandra. How are you? Hey, Daryl says, good evening from Chicago, Illinois. And Tom, did you see James and Carla with Action Kid today? I did. It was awesome. Dutchman says, Google says Elon Musk's net worth in 2022 is $239 billion. I think it makes him the richest guy on earth. Robert Muhammad is here. What's up, Robert Muhammad? Says, hi, Tom. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. It's good to see you as well. Thank you for joining tonight. Sarah G, good to see you. Running at Altitude says Denver has a vibrant entrepreneurial community with countless tech companies. Yeah, running at Altitude, you were right. We were just talking about one in particular that I actually went through an interview process with them. This guy's gonna blow a red light. Yeah, the drivers have been crazy like that today. I think that's like literally the fourth person that I saw blowing through red lights. But yeah, a couple of years ago, I went through an interview process with Ping Identity to be an enterprise account executive there, selling cybersecurity software. I ended up not taking the job, but it is a company I respect, and they are based out of Denver. Hey, Sophia A is here. Good to see you, Sophia. KR says, Tom, will you come to England? Hopefully. I would like to go to England one day. Hey, Richard Wong says, sup? Good to see you, Richard. How are you? Good to see you, Sophia. Richard Wong, how are you? Two Wheel Pines, good to see you, my friend. KR, how is everything in England? Hey, Arum Z says, Tom, will you ever visit us in Chicago? Would love to watch your streams from Chicago. Maybe one day, but I think towards the end of this month, I may be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I do have a couple of meetings there in Philadelphia, so hopefully I'll get some time to stream in Philly. Philadelphia is also another amazing city. Hey, Kevin Ben says hello, everybody. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you. You know what city I also really want to travel to, which has been on my bucket list for quite some time? I want to go see the Salesforce Tower in California. Man, the wind is brutal over here. I think we may have to turn around because 3rd Avenue is going to be a big wind tunnel, and I'm just going to get hammered with the wind. And I don't want to get hammered with the wind. So San Francisco, I think, is a city I want to visit. But then again, the only thing that concerns me about San Francisco is I always hear all these stories in the news about how crazy it's getting over there. But I still think San Francisco's a great city. Hey, Lemonade, good to see you. How are you? The one and only EBITDA is here. What's up? EBITDA is our friend who works at Bank of America Merrill Lynch in investment banking. Says, hey Tom, how do you think the markets will open tomorrow? Pretty scary to think Putin will attack a nuclear reactor. Yeah, so I just heard that news today, which is pretty crazy. Look, I think what I'm doing is I'm waiting for a follow-through day. So long as we get a follow-through day, I'll be in. But as of now, I'm sitting on the sidelines in my actively managed account. I'm not sure what futures are doing. I haven't had a chance to look at futures because literally I just finished work and I popped on the stream. It was a crazy busy day today. I was working. It was just non-stop calls all day. Vane Chung, good to see you. How are you? Raldolph says, hey, cheers from Brazil. Welcome. Good to see you. Roy says, come visit San Francisco, Tom. It's not as bad as the media portrays. Yeah, Roy, I really want to visit it. I want to check out the Salesforce Tower. So I think maybe this summer we'll make our way over there to San Francisco. San Francisco, obviously a big technology hub as well. So I think we may be able to duck into the Grand Central Terminal tonight just to warm up a bit. Mickey Handel says, I couldn't handle talking on the phone all day. Hey, Helen McGuire is here. Good to see us. It's good evening and warm up. Hope you're doing well. Hey, AP is here. Says, hey, Tom from Fall River, Massachusetts. Awesome. How's the weather up there? Hopefully things are getting a little bit warmer. Hey, F&P Business Center. What's up? Says, Tom, are you familiar with the Black Swan theory? I am. So a lot of people thought that the Evergrande situation was going to be a Black Swan event. And, you know, to your point, F&P business centers right now about the overall market, not only in the United States, but around the world, is take a look at the Chinese commercial paper market. Like, that to me is really, really scary. You know, if you think about right in the height of COVID 2020, the commercial paper markets around the world were frozen. No credit. And China's commercial paper market has broken the lows of 2020 already. So what does that tell you about the state of the Chinese commercial paper market now? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like the market doesn't care about it. Maybe they think that the People's Bank of China will be there to bail it out. I have no idea, but it doesn't look good. Hey, Karina Thompson, good to see you. This is yes, Grand Central Station. Beautiful in here. Love the architecture here. Hey, Rodolfo. Says, I am from Brazil. Good to see you, my friend. Low Voltage Ghost says, hey Tom, what's for dinner? So I went to a dim sum place today and I got some dim sum right near 14th Street. No, excuse me, I apologize. Right near Madison Square Park. So right near 23rd. It was a really, really good spot. It was really good. There's a lot of good dim sum places in New York City. Two Wheel Pines is loving the stream. You're the man. You're the man. Yeah, I love doing these streams after work to kind of force myself to get out and not think about work. It's good to get some exercise and talk to everybody in the chat. There's a lot of smart people. I think somebody sent me an email and they said, what do you think is the best thing that's ever come out of streaming? I think the best thing that's ever come out of these streams is just the amount of people that I've met. You know, the networking opportunities is amazing. You guys are very, very smart people, and it's cool to talk about different topics. So take a look at this. This is right in the heart of Grand Central Station. Beautiful here. Hey, Travis Webb is here. This is his first time watching. Just love the ceiling at Grand Central. Yeah, Travis, I'll step back and I'll give you another shot of it. I want to show you guys the ceiling at the top left. So if you look right here, you see this tiny little black dot? So that is the only area of Grand Central Station that they actually left the original ceiling. And let me zoom in on it, check it out. So there's a little black spot, and I always point it out when I come on the stream, so you guys are probably sick of it. But right here, that's actually what the ceiling used to look like, because back in the day, everybody used to be able to smoke cigarettes and cigars inside the station, and that's all the tar and the disgusting stuff that's on the roof. Isn't that crazy? Out and about, good to see you. Sarah G's like, yeah, Tom's favorite spec. I'm gonna stop showing it. I hammer on that spec every day. Travis Webb, good to see you here. XXX. Hope everybody had a good Thursday. Chris Beeman, how are you? Brian says, yuck, Michael says, nasty. Yeah, they left just that one patch there. Melee says, what site can we donate to you, Tom? Nobody needs to. I do appreciate it that you guys show me support, but you do not need to donate anything to me. We just sort of walk around the city, talk about different financial topics and the economy, and we're just hanging out. So I just appreciate you guys being here. There's no need to give me anything, but I really, really appreciate it. Like, seriously, I do. But no need to give me anything. But right up here, this is called the Campbell Apartments. If you're ever, if you need to take a client out to really impress them, so I'm not a big drinker, I don't drink alcohol, but before COVID, I used to take some of my clients to this Campbell bar. It's called the Campbell Apartments. If you Google what it looks like in there, it's unbelievable. Like, the architecture in there is phenomenal. Just the ambience in there is crazy. So I would highly, highly recommend right here in Grand Central. If you Google it, it's called the Campbell Bar. It's fantastic in here. Karina Thompson, how are you? So this is one of my favorite places next to Times Square. Out and about says a few flash mobs have happened here. Hey, Shop by Scott says, Tom, did you catch my beach walk from yesterday? Hopefully it'll remind you of your second home. I'm gonna check it out. I gotta check it out. But good to see you. Shop by Scott is joining us from the 305. So Shop by Scott, did you see the news today that came out about Elon Musk's Boring Company? Supposedly submitted a proposal to the city of North Miami Beach to build an underground passageway or an underground tunnel to alleviate some of the traffic in North Miami Beach. I think it's a great idea if you could pull it off. Sarah G, good to see you. Matt G says, Tom, you should track your steps. So I thought about that. I think I may get an Apple Watch. I'm not sure though. But then again, I'm so horrible with losing things, and I think I would just lose the Apple Watch. So that is to be determined, but I think it'd be cool to sort of track how many miles we go on the streams. Florida says, just one more lane. Good to see you. Hope you're well, Florida. So here's a view of Grand Central Station from this other entrance. M Wall on the Run is here. Good to see you, M Wall on the Run. Melee says, yes, I agree. Flexibility in the workplace. Yeah, Mickey Handel says, I wouldn't think the ground could handle that. I didn't think so too, but I guess, you know, I'm not an engineer, so I trust Elon Musk more than I trust myself. Hey, Cynthia's here. Good to see you, Cynthia. Our pal Cynthia says, Tom, I used to wait for my boyfriend, now husband, very cool, who travels from White Plains. We would go to Midtown Comics nearby to hang around. Good memories. Cynthia, very awesome. I've been to Midtown Comics. Very good place. And I'm glad this brought back a good memory for you. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, so to Cynthia's point, at Grand Central Station, you can get the Metro North, and it takes you to upstate New York, White Plains, Ossining, I believe, right on the Hudson River.
Stay safe. Thank you for riding with us.
However, I do believe the East Side Access project is going to be completed relatively soon. So anybody who's from Long Island, such as myself, who wants to get off on the east side so we don't have to go all the way to Penn, supposedly a lot of the LIRR trains will be coming here, hopefully. But I guess we'll just have to sit and wait on that one. Yeah, Sunshine, New York is like we had like 3 presidents here already. Yeah, I think because of the Russia-Ukraine situation, there's a lot of live streams about the 24-hour live streams about the Russia-Ukraine stuff. So sometimes we get a lot of bots. Matt G says, you ever been to Westchester? I have. Beautiful up there. Chris Leon says, hello from China. Hey, Chris. Good to see you. Welcome, everybody from China. Marty Lewis is here. What's up, Marty? Says, I am home now, but the wind outside the health club to the bus stop was crazy, 29 degrees. Yeah, that's why we're inside. I couldn't take the wind anymore. I was getting hammered. I think it's just because the cold is dropping now. I mean, the temperature's dropping, so we're getting the crazy wind. Kirk says, the best video, so clear. Thank you, Kirk. I appreciate the kind words. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hey, Rhonda Harris says, Tom, your steps are tracked right on your phone via the health app. Yeah, so Rhonda, I did look at that one day, but I could tell it's off. Like, there's no way, because it just doesn't seem right. And I think that since I'm holding the phone on a gimbal, I don't think the steps register, maybe, because I think we do way more than it said. But after the stream, I'll take a screenshot. You know, I'll let you guys decide if it's real or not. Hey, Stephanie is here. Stephanie Stanley says, Tom, it's 55 degrees in Louisville. Good to see you. Melee says, please come to Scranton, Pennsylvania. A lot of parks, Great Lakes, hiking and running. It'd be beautiful. It's definitely on the list. Definitely on the list. Sarah G is like, is it just me or has the wind gotten worse the last 5 years? I think you're right too. But the worst place for wind by far in the city, I think these guys are gonna miss their train. That sucks. Been there many times. Number 1, Columbus Circle. That place is crazy for wind. Number 2 is the Hudson Yards. Hudson Yards is wild. Hey, Sebastian is here. What's up, Sebastian? Good to see you. Ron says, good evening, Tom. What's up, Ron? Shop by Scott says, the Boring Company, please see above. So check out these chandeliers here in Grand Central. Tom Deering, good to see you, my friend. Hey, Lee says, Tom, I left New York 33 years ago. They still haven't completed the Bell Parkway. Jeez, what's up, Lee? Good to see you, my friend. So Lee is another Miamian. I think that's what they call them. Lee, did you see the news today from Elon Musk's Boring Company? Supposedly they want to build an underground tunnel for Teslas to alleviate some of the traffic in North Miami Beach. I think it'd be an awesome plan. corner and starts talking, it'll travel all the way around to the other guy on the other side. Pretty cool. Oh, this is a tragedy. This oyster bar used to be really, really good. I believe it's closed permanently due to COVID. Or maybe they opened it, let's see. I've been in here many times. Oh, maybe they did open it. Does anybody know if this is open? It looks open. Though maybe I stand corrected. I think it's open. Hey, Shelby's here. What's up, Shelby? Shop by Scott says, Tom, when I travel downtown, it's taken 55 minutes to go 10 miles no matter what. It's horrible. Bring on the tunnels. I agree. I definitely agree with that. And that's sort of the conclusion I've come to is, look, if Elon Musk and his team of engineers, these people are the smartest people on the planet, if they say the tunnel can be done, it can probably be done. It doesn't matter what I think. I'm definitely not smarter than Elon Musk and his team of engineers. Look, anything new and innovative to make a city better, I'm all for it. Supposedly, one of the tunnels is already completed. We'll just take one more pass through and then we're gonna get out of here. Supposedly, one of the tunnels is already completed in Vegas, and it's actually working really well. Jay says it's open and closed for the night at 8:30. Well, that's good news, it's open again. Canyon says there are a ton of tunnels in New York City. So you know what, speaking of that, does anybody remember there were plans to make a bridge or a tunnel that goes from Long Island, New York to Connecticut? But that was unfortunately turned down because all of the bigwig multimillionaires on the North Shore of Long Island were like, no, we don't want a tunnel right in our backyard. But I think they should have made that. I think they should have forced that through, because anybody who has to travel to Connecticut, they got to go all the way through the city, all the way up through the Bronx. I think that would be phenomenal if the Boring Company or something could build a tunnel from Long Island, New York, all the way to Connecticut. What do you guys think about that? I think that would be a fantastic idea. Sebastian says, Tom, please visit Port St. Lucie, Florida. That's on the list. We will get there, I promise. Good to see you. Tom says, I couldn't live in New York City even if it was free. It's not for everybody. I love it though. I think I'll probably be here forever. Lee says, that's why the Seaford Oyster Bay stops at Route 25. Good to see you, Lee. Hey, Tyler Silva says, you're inside Grand Central Station. We are. Bruce Wayne says, these dumbs can't even connect LaGuardia to the subway. That's true. That's true. Good point, Bruce. Shop by Scott says, Hamptons to Greenwich. Well, there are a lot of the same in Connecticut. Connecticut's big for like finance. Bruce Wayne, good to see you. Hey, Mars SoCal says, you're back. Good to see you. Hey, Western Mass Dave, hey my friend. Good to see you on the channel, Western Mass Dave. Hey, Marty Lewis says we need a lot of infrastructure improvements and additions, but nobody wants to spend the money. You know what? So here's my proposal. This is what I think. I think we need an advanced underground tunnel system throughout the entire tri-state area that connects Long Island to Connecticut, Manhattan to, well, I guess, I don't know, that'd be hard because I mean, we've already made the city like Swiss cheese. But I mean, there definitely needs to be a tunnel from the island to Connecticut. I'm actually pretty sad that that got shot down. Smee Media says Bronx to Queens. Tyler Silva says that's the Chrysler building next to the MetLife. Andreas A says Long Island, Connecticut, and Newark. Yeah, the biggest reasons why nothing ever gets done is because it's all politics. It all has to do with jurisdiction. You're in this jurisdiction, that jurisdiction, and it's all a mess. So a ton of red tape. M Wall on the Run says who would police the underground tunnel? Probably the Port Authority. Doesn't the Port Authority police all the tunnels? Hey, Nirvana Fan 500 says, not sure if anyone asked, sorry, but what do you think about Action Kid leaving New York City for Miami? Look, I mean, look, I've been hammered on that question a million times, but it's okay. I get it. No, I think like I mean, people move wherever they want. People move all the time. I think he's gonna love it. I think he's gonna love Miami, and I wish him well. I think he's gonna have a great time. Southern Florida, Miami is a blast. It's a blast. Ooh, that guy's gotta be careful. I don't think he knew that was the stairs. Jeez. So this is 45th Street and Vanderbilt Avenue. M Wall on the Run's like, Tom, I thought you meant a walking tunnel. Hey, AK, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, AK, we've been having a ton of internet issues here in New York. I think they're changing around a lot of the cell towers. But good to see you, Action Kid. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, but we've been getting crushed with a lot of poor cell service here in Manhattan tonight. And I think it's because a lot of the major cell providers are turning down their 3G networks in preparation for a 5G rollout. Yeah, Jerry says AT&T is phasing out 3G. So is T-Mobile. So I think T-Mobile and Verizon as well. So I think over the next couple months, we're gonna have really, really spotty service everywhere. So this is the Roosevelt Hotel, which I think is now closed. Western Mass Dave says, that's right, 3G out. Yeah, a lot of the carriers. So at least with Sprint and T-Mobile, when T-Mobile acquired Sprint, they really did it for their Spectrum assets. So they have, Sprint had a ton of mid-band spectrum, which is really, really good for 5G. So it's going to take a while to migrate everybody over to the new network. So I think in the short term, network performance across the country is going to suffer a little bit. Trevor says, do you think we're about to enter World War III? I really hope not. Really, really hope not. Hey, Marty Lewis, it's Tom. You can check your walking steps in the mileage app for free. I'm going to check it out. Bell says Spectrum has great prices on cell plans in Ohio on the Verizon network. Gilbert says, hi, I love the streams. Thanks for the last night, Radio City. Times Square, no problem. Thank you for joining. Yeah, and so there's also a lot of new startup companies that are called MVNOs. And MVNOs are essentially they're not really anything new. It's just they wholesale data from multiple different providers so that I see all their YouTube ads all the time, but that is an MVNO. And the famous actor always promotes it. I think it's his company. Hey, the Mighty Bull is here. Good to see you, Mighty Bull. Hey, Spontaneous says, did anyone do good in the markets today? Not if you were long. Man, that wind is brutal. I got knocked around pretty hard in the markets today. I got banged up pretty good. So check out this view of the Empire from here. Sarah G says defense stocks, especially those with anti-nuclear technology, might go up. Yeah, so like a lot of the Lockheed Martins and things like that we've been talking about, but I don't know them. Ricky M, good to see you. How are you, Ricky M? Hey, Life, Liberty, and Guns is here. What's up? Says, good evening, I hope you're well. What's going on? Gilbert says Okta was a big short. Yeah, so Gilbert, Okta reported earnings yesterday. Okta actually had a pretty decent quarter. But to your point, Gilbert, I think what we're seeing is a lot of multiple compression. So a lot of these high flyer growth stocks that are executive or SLED. And I think public sector sales could be the most lucrative in terms of job opportunities, but you really need to have a big network built up before you make your dive into public sector sales. And you need to know a lot of knowledge about all these different government contracts, but public sector sales can be extremely lucrative. Gummy bear. So Gummy bear, we were actually just talking about the funniest pizza review we've watched is the pizza review from Joe and Pat's. Hilarious. Hey, Terry is here. Says, hi Tom, I'm just joining the walk. What's up, Terry? Thank you for your email. Very kind of you to send me that nice note. I appreciate it very much. Two Wheel Videos says hello all, good to see you. We have Layda here. What's up, Layda? So Layda, we were talking about Elon Musk's Boring Company tonight. But if you guys are enjoying the live stream tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video. And if you want to connect with us on Twitter, you can follow at Walks Wall Street on Twitter. Hey, David Pershing is here. This is Tom. As possible nuclear war, what would the Dow be close to? The original 30 stocks plus any initial replacement stocks. As near as possible, what would the Dow be at? The original 30 stocks. Could you rephrase your question? I think a lot of the original stocks in the Dow 30 are out of business. And I think that's what attracts a lot of people to investing in an index fund like the S&P 500, because contrary to what a lot of people think, the S&P 500 is very, very well diversified, because if a company is not performing and if their earnings are declining, they get taken out of the S&P. And companies that are doing really good, that have good earnings, they get added to the S&P. Yeah, Canyon Overlook says GE was one of the last original ones, I think. Yeah, and check out and look where GE is at today. The company is really, really horrible. You know, and GE used to be the stock that it's like, okay, if you just put all your money in GE, you'll be set for life. But that's what happens when companies stop innovating. You know, if you're a company and you lack on research and development, you know, there's going to be some other startup that's hungry that's going to take all your business and all your customers. But I think it's a normal life cycle of a big company, right? When you're a smaller startup, you're more nimble, you're more creative, you have a lot less bloat. But when you're a big company, you have so many employees in compliance, and you know, half the employees aren't productive, they don't do anything. So interesting. Ooh, here we got a Tesla. This is a Model Y. Man, I love these. These cars are sick. What do you guys think of this Tesla Model Y? What do you guys think? Hey, Western Mass Davis, my dad worked for General Electric in Schenectady. Stock sucks now. It's funny, my dad also used to work for GE. Funny, Western Mass Dave. Yeah, Lewis is like, yep, that's the danger of growth. Hey, SD Rob is here. What's up, Rob? Good to see you. We are right here overlooking the St. Patrick's Cathedral right now. Looks great tonight. SD Rob is joining us. Lewis is here. Robert says, I like the Tesla. I like the Tesla Model X. What do you guys think? Jason is here. Good to see you, Jason. George says hello. What's up? Sarah G says adapt or die. Canon Overlook says Tom, GE's market cap was the biggest in 2006. Otto says I like the Model Y. Yeah, Model Y is good. I think I like the Model X, but I think the Model X is the more expensive version, isn't it? And I believe that is the model where the doors go up sort of like a butterfly, I believe. Yes, Spontaneous says Tesla needs to hurry up and make an SUV. Well, I guess they're not making an SUV, but the Cybertruck supposedly is supposed to start production next year. What do you guys think about the Cybertruck? Would anybody buy a Cybertruck? Supposedly the prototype that they displayed at their last event is technically not the actual model that's going to go into production. Supposedly the body is supposed to be manufactured a little bit smaller. Hey, Lady-O's here. Good to see you, Lady-O. You well? Hey, Mount Up 716 is very cold night for a walk, Tom. Stay warm. Good to see you, Mount Up. Mount Up 716 is from Buffalo, New York. Hope everything is well with you in Buffalo. We are right outside of St. Patrick's Cathedral. Matt G says Teslas are cool cars, but their build quality isn't great. That I've heard. That I've heard as well. You know what else I heard about very poor build quality? McLaren. Supposedly a McLaren is horrible, horrible build quality. Oscar Diaz is Lucid. Lucid Motors. What's up, Kirk? Good to see you. The Swan says, I like it. The one where the doors go up like a butterfly. Mike Bell, wow. Hey, Bit of Wanderers here. Says, hey y'all, what's going on? Good to see you. Hey, Matt G says you work at a dealer. Very cool. Jay says, Tom, I like the electric truck that's being built in Lordstown, Ohio. Very cool. Hey, Stephanie is joining us from Quebec. Good to see you. Hey, Coffee Food Fashion says, hey Tom, what is going on?